Welcome in, everyone, to another session with the Second Chances. This is a momentous. This is a big day for us. This is a big session. This is our 100th session with the Second Chances. We started this campaign in January of 2022, so we're making our march towards 2.5 years. Which I always forget the exact length or number of sessions that our last campaign was, but if we're not getting close to it, we have surpassed it. So this is my longest campaign ever, both in number of sessions and like time in like real life or whatever. So I just want to say that I am so happy that all of you are my players, and thank you for not being assholes. And for mostly being as cool as you are.
Thank you.
And
the records show that Robbie thinks that I am not an asshole.
Mostly. Also, a thank you to Critical Role. We're using the world of Exandria as the setting for our campaign, and to the artists whose music we use, such as Reliquary Records, Dungeon Glitch, Critical Role, Hunter Rogertson, and Borislav Slavov. With that, last time with the Second Chances, after a rough week in the Pallid Grove, when it seemed like everything had finally settled down and they were finally getting a chance to rest, some of the party members were whisked away to the Feywild, and the rest of them followed. And they were separated between a really nice fairy tale bedchamber and the grove of secluded isolation with some little sentient fungus that nobody liked as much as I liked playing. The party got to meet Corey's family, the Summer Court, including Titania and Oberon, King and Queen of the Fairies. And Hermia, turns out, has unseelie blood, and when she was sent with her friends to the Grove of Secluded Isolation, something within her started to sort of ping and thrum. Something was reaching out to her. When she embraced it, her real father, who she had never met before, a champion of the unseelie court, Senna Blightheart, the Love Breaker, champion of the unseelie court, Winter's Shallow Breath, the twice Sunderhearted, showed up and nearly killed all of them in one hit, and was very proud that they knew how to take a punch. And it got really weird from there. But he was...
From there.
Not
before.
He was odd. He's very, like, oddly supportive and empowering.
Yep.
But
you know
but also
what?
kind
Hermia's
of
happy.
But also kind of scary. And Hermia seems pretty smitten. He knows what consent is, which is already a lot more than a lot of people in the world do. He
asked Roz's permission to hug her.
Yeah, there was almost a clash between him and Corey's brother, Dom, patron of satyrs. But for Hermia's sake, and making a good impression for her, he's choosing not violence right now. A lot of details in lore was uncovered. Hermia got impaled by a unicorn to prove the
purity of her heart.
Yeah, the purity of her heart.
Yeah, I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Neither did I, and no one else reacted enough to it.
Nope, everyone was cool with it.
Seems like it's a pretty normal thing in the Fae, though. A lot of stuff happened. Is about where we're going to draw the line there. But it ended with everyone sort of being shown to their chambers, given a place to sleep for the night. Corey also got her birthright, her own vestige, the Cloak of Sweet Summer, which is a sentient cloak. And I think that's where we left off, with everybody basically kind of going to rest for the night, since it's been a minute since all of you have rested. It's definitely been close to like a full 24 hours at this point, since you've all had a long rest. So as we jump back in. We're going to start, I believe, with...
Wait, didn't my dad give me like a blood crystal or something?
He did. He made a little crystal out of his blood and gave it to you as a way to be able to sort of contact him or access him. You're not really sure what it does yet, but he basically said, like, put it on a necklace or something.
Okay.
So...
That's what girls like, right?
Yeah,
Necklace?
yeah.
Put on necklace.
It kind of looks like a shard of, like, dark blue ice, because he cut himself, and then as he, like, dripped it into his hand, it kind of, like, froze and crystallized. So it doesn't look like blood. It just looks like a weird sort of dark ice shard.
We all know what it is, though.
Yeah, anybody who was there absolutely knows what that is.
We know it's blood. You know, we all know.
So we're going to start with Corey. So, Corey, it's been a long day. There's been a lot. You've met your family, your mom, your dad, brother, sister, uncle, the court jester, who you're not really sure if you're related to, or if it's like a weird like cousin situation or not. Hermia has a dad from the Unseelie court, and you finally have a moment. You walk into your room, you shut the door behind you. And even now, it's probably still overwhelming because you look around and compared to this, even the lavish chateau seems like you'd be living in squalor compared to where you are right now. In this moment, how is Corey feeling?
I think that now kind of away from just from like the festivities and just the highs of being reunited, there's that quiet kind of, is this real? Am I still dreaming, and are we still, in the hell of the underground? But I think Corey sits down on this bed that is way bigger than it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
Could easily fit a family of 7, and reaches into their pouch and pulls out their deck of cards.
Since the last time you went in to talk with Gil, he's been quiet. Normally there are times when he might talk to you telepathically. There are times when you can even just sense his presence, like when he's really like trying to pay attention to kind of what's going on. And sometimes you can just feel even just emotions from the card box and sense that moment that he kicked you out the last time. You felt nothing from it. It's just been silence.
Gil, we need to talk.
You don't hear anything, but you do feel... You feel a sense of like the box kind of like opens up to you. It's the equivalent of, knocking on the door to be like, are you there? And like they just open the door instead of saying anything.
I'll go into the box.
Okay. Going in, you find yourself in familiar digs. Since bringing your friends in here to introduce them to Gil, the sort of default of the inside of the box seems to be this flounder pounder-esque tavern sort of setup. There's, of course, the bar there, but there's just a single table currently with 2 chairs at it, and Gil is sitting at one, swirling a small drink of what looks to be scotch or something.
I'll walk up, but I won't sit down.
Okay.
Is it true?
Is what true?
Was it really you keeping my family from finding me?
He seems to be pondering. Make an insight check for me.
Can I steal someone's insight?
You can certainly try.
+7.
Do I want to say back?
I
I'll spend insight or open.
Okay, because I will remind you that you tried to do something like this before, and he was able to sort of feel that you were doing it.
Yeah. Well, that's 13 then.
Okay. So with a 13, it's hard to know what he's thinking. But he does seem to be sort of... It doesn't seem like he's like trying to choose his words carefully. It looks like he's just trying to figure something out. And it's only a slight pause before he answers with... It's possible. It's not something that I realized I was doing or that I was trying to do. I didn't know who you were any more than you did. But the powers that I gave you, I suppose, yes, that it's possible that they masked any sort of latent or untapped magic that might have been within you. If I had known you were the prince of a Fey court, then I would have suggested we reach out long ago. They have way more pull, power, and sway than your friends do, after all. Look at this place.
You know, I think I really want to believe you, Gil. Because the fact is, I wouldn't be here without you. That much is true.
He kind of shifts in his seat and like sits up a little bit straighter and kind of like just gives like a little nod, like he's finally getting a little bit of recognition.
And I am grateful. And I do care about you. And that's why it really hurts me, Gil. The way that you are.
What do you mean
and
the way that I am?
I know that maybe the life that you had before me was really hard. And I know that everything you've taught me, everything that you've had us do was to survive. And I get that. But just because we survived, just because we had to do things to keep going, doesn't make all of it okay. It doesn't make it valid or reasonable. And I think I've only just realized today, even after reading the second chances, I thought it was great because our family got bigger. And I worried that you were still thinking in terms of us. And I hate to say it, but I don't even think that's true. I think that deep down, you're only ever worried about yourself. And yeah,
Oh.
before you say anything else,
Yes, please finish.
despite that, I still love you, Gil. But today, I realized that even before, even when I told you and showed you and shared with you how shitty it was to live in a box, not knowing what the world was like, being trained to do bad things. Even when I didn't know anything, I never thought I was a monster. And I didn't think that until I met you.
Are you done?
Yeah, I think I am.
When you found me, Corey, and realized that I could grant you wishes, I wasn't the one that said, Gil, someday I'd like to be a real person. Those were words you said. And as for me always looking out for myself, what have you ever given me, Corey? Oh, the gold and the trinkets and the jewels that you bring me because you can't find the phoenix pinions or the dragon claw, the two things that I need to be free. You can have it all back. But all the powers that I've given you, all the places I've taken you, all the times that I've saved you, all because you found a few people who are willing to be nice to you, family to embrace you. Suddenly old Gil ain't worth a thing now. That's fine. It's fine. I'm not even going to hold it against you because I've seen what family can do. I've seen where love can get you. And it won't be long until you come crawling back realizing just how selfish you've been. So I'll take back what's mine. And when you think you've had enough of reality, you let me know.
I think when I do come back, Gil, you're gonna know that you were wrong. Because as selfish as you might be now, I know you'll miss me. Because I'll miss you too.
He turns away and you are softly ejected from the box, and then you watch as a lifetime of pickpocketing, stealing rings and bracelets and necklaces and bags of gold just begins to pour like a fountain out of the box and fill up like a corner of your room.
Yo, the party loot's about to be
How
decked
much,
out.
how much gold you get?
Leafs or Zealous is never going to taste again.
Oh no.
As you come back out of the box, Corey, how are you feeling as you stand here in this room?
I think Corey bites their lip and takes out a cloth and wraps the box. And I think they leave it on a vanity or one of the many pieces of furniture in here, and leaves. And
as you set it down and your hand kind of lingers on it for a second, you know, some small part of you wondering if you've made the right choice or not. Your cloak comes up and rests on your hand in sort of a reassuring way, and as you pull your hand away, it kind of wraps around you just a little bit tighter and feels like someone just hugging you gently from behind.
I think I'll go out and I think I'll go to Zealous's room.
Okay. As you head to Zealous's room, we're going to jump over to Rosalind. It has been a long couple days for you. So as you walk into the room provided for you and shut the door, what do you do? What's running through your head? What are you feeling?
Exhaustion, tired. There's a sense of relief, I think, at kind of being away from like the noise of it all and everything, like all the like one kind of crazy thing after the next, like even Hermia's father showing up and like beating the shit out of us immediately. It's like, what is even happening? And as she gets in there, I think like even as she's like, you know, getting her armor off and getting ready for bed, there's also still like, this place is dangerous. And so she like takes a sheet and puts it over the mirror that's in there, having remembered somewhere that
Hermia probably told you, don't.
Mirrors in the
Feywild
Wild are dangerous. She puts a chair up against the door, like kind of just barricades herself in a little bit. And instead of laying down on the bed, she makes the bed up like someone's in it, and then just kind of goes to sit down in the corner of the room and just rests her head against the wall there. And as she takes a breath, she's like, Light, if you're there, I really could use someone to talk to.
You are answered by silence.
She nods, kind of like biting at her fingernails a little bit. And then an idea comes to her that like is very distasteful at first, but she's just that right level of exhausted and desperate, I think. So she grabs her shield and places it against the corner of the bed so that it's the symbol of Avandris facing her. And just sits back down in the corner. I don't know if there's something I'm supposed to do or like something I'm supposed to say first. So I'm just gonna talk, and you can listen if you want. I don't know why this is so hard. I've never had a problem with being wrong before. Like, I've always been willing to consider that I misjudged or that I made the wrong call, been willing to learn. Why is it that this one thing so damn hard? I'm not stupid. And I'm not blind. I can see that the gods in this world aren't like mine. I can see that you've chosen to distance yourself from mortality and leave things in our hands. So why do I still just... I want to hate you? I know why. And it's not your fault what happened to my birth parents. And as much as it hurts to say it, it wasn't Timora's fault either. But I really wanted it to be. I really needed it to be. Because if it was her fault, then it wasn't mine. If it was all part of her stupid plan, then it was her fault that they got sick. The last thing she said to me was to make the world better every day. So I did, but not because I wanted to be a hero or because it was the right thing to do. I did because I thought maybe if I made the world good enough, she'd come back. I guess that's the real secret of it. I fooled them. And I fooled you, and Light, and Shadow, and all of them. But the real truth, I'm not brave, Avandra. I'm not a hero. I just miss them so much. My parents, my sisters, my aunts and uncles, my friends, all of them. Not brave. I just keep marching forward because when I see them again, I want them to be proud of me. That's all there is to it.
As you sit here in the quiet of this room, there's just silence and darkness around you. And after a moment, you feel a warmth that starts to spread across you. It almost doesn't register at first. Being in the realm of the summer court, it's not cold here by any stretch, but you feel a warmth like someone's laid their arms around you. It's like the warmth of a person. Like a blanket being laid over your shoulders. You don't feel alone in the room anymore. And then like a soft wind blowing through the trees in spring, just enough to ruffle the leaves. Just enough to barely register someone calling your name on the other side of that forest. You almost question if you're even hearing it correctly. You are brave. In every definition of the word, they are proud. And it's so quiet, it almost feels like it's slipping away. Like if you try to focus your ears to hear better, you'll lose it.
Moment, I think, kind of becomes real. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. For blaming you. The horrible shit that I've said. I'm sorry.
No apologies. You're making a difference. The path you cut is not in vain.
She considers that for a moment. And then she breaks the promise that she swore a long time ago. And please, help me. Fight with me. Guide my blade, and we will save your world. And my own. I promise.
As you deliver that message and try to focus on that connection, as you try to reach out, you can just feel it slip through your fingers in the last breath of words that you hear. I always have. Rest now. And you are jolted back to reality as the door seems to sort of jiggle, like someone's trying to come in, and then there's a loud knock, and there's kind of a moment here now where, like, was that in your head? Did you imagine? What was that? And as you try to sort of gather yourself, you hear, Roz, it's Zana. Can Maeve and I come in, please? You hear. One second. Zana appears near the side using a dimension door. Looks at the chair and the shield. You know that wouldn't stop anything. It doesn't matter. She pulls the chair aside and opens the door, and you see as Maeve comes in.
Kind of pushes herself up out of the corner and wipes her eyes.
Something wrong with the bed?
Sorry if we interrupted something.
No. I'm sorry. Did you need something?
No, but I know that you do. Can we sit?
Can we talk?
Yeah. Yeah, please. Actually, I'd like that.
You walk over and you sit on the bed.
How much did Zana say to Maeve before this?
Probably just like, hey, I think Roz needs us, so if you could just follow my lead, I'm pretty sure I know what's going on.
Okay.
So
I'm here now.
You sit down on the bed. Maeve finds a spot. Zana continues to stand because she's not a sitter.
That rhymes with quitter.
She's not a quitter either.
That's what I mean.
True.
So first, I want you to know you're not crazy or insane. This place is. I think we all clearly see that.
Yeah. I mean, I think you were more as angry as I was, just confused and befuddled.
Well, I mean, the confusion is definitely part of it, but you're... I don't know if this will make sense to you, Maeve, but Roz, you're stuck being a soldier right now. We just had, I don't know how many days marching through the woods, marching through the Pallid Grove, being on guard 24/7, and then in the middle of your watch, this team shows up to take a bunch of us in the middle of the night. Our fight instincts kicked in. I get it. It's hard to turn that off in normal circumstances, let alone in a place like this that you've no idea what the hell's going to happen next. So I get it.
I do understand. It makes sense.
She offers you a grateful smile, Maeve.
I'm sorry?
She offers you a grateful smile for your understanding on that.
So what I would suggest to help turn it off wants to look at Corey. And she turns into Corey for a moment and smiles like the biggest, brightest smile you've ever seen. This is what she's been looking like since the moment she met her family. And I know some of them would probably look better with a broken nose. But she wouldn't have this smile, and she wouldn't be here if it wasn't for what you've done for her. You're part of the reason that she gets to have this. That she was reunited with them after 2 centuries, apparently. That's because of you. So you should enjoy this too. We all have made mistakes. We've all been through a lot of shit, but we're still doing the right thing. And for all the mistakes we've made, it's still led us here, and we're still making a difference.
What Zana's trying to say is that we can look at what we've done wrong and analyze it and plan it and do it better for next time. And that's important to do. But I think sometimes we spend so much time looking at what we've done wrong, we fail to see how much we've done right. And the truth is, people don't learn well just by being told they did something bad. They learn when they tell them they did it right.
Yeah, that.
I get you.
Thank you, both.
No, she could probably use a hug now, too. And she points to you, Maeve.
Right.
Roz grabs both of them.
Now, fuck now. Yeah, okay, fine. She tries to get away, and you're just a
She
little
does not.
too
I
quick, and she doesn't.
I assist with Roz to make sure she doesn't.
She gives in.
Maeve,
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. When I first came here, I mocked your faith.
Oh.
And I'm sorry.
I mean, I forgive you if it makes you feel better. I also I think I think one of the cool things is there's a lot of gods to turn to. I was never going to judge you for your lack of a relationship with one. But I appreciate the apology. It's okay.
We all need different things. And as much as you've all had to learn what being a Kalishtar is, this has been a chance for me to learn what it is not to be a Kalishtar. How lonely it can feel not having your other half. I understood today why you might pray. And I did. I spoke to Evandra.
How did that go?
She said what I needed to hear. And Roz will tell them about what happened, what she experienced. The only thing she doesn't share is what she confessed to Evandra, because that's
personal.
is between her and her goddess.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so the three of you, continue and have a longer conversation if, need be before Zana and Maeve leave. And we'll get back to that in a minute. Leo and Hermia, what are the two of you doing?
I have something that I wanted to go next. I wrote in the chat, but you didn't see it.
Oh, yes. So, yep, go ahead. What would you like to do?
So, I'm guessing, Hermia has, the blood crystal that her dad gave, and she's holding it. And, I guess he, goes off to go do, unseelie shit, go fight some shit elsewhere, because he can't fight any here. So she watches him like leave, and she's trying to she's laying in bed, and it's like when you're just trying to fight exhaustion, she's trying to just stare at the place where he left, trying to remember everything in that moment, what he looks like, how he reminds her of her brother, and just how this place feels like home used to feel like. And as she succumbs to her dream, she can smell like the smell of spring. Granted, this is the summer court, but she equates it to spring. She smells like the scent of like when it has just rained and the flowers have just started to open up and bloom. And it reminds her of a happier time when her mother was not drinking and was not an alcoholic, but was always had her mask on, a mask of this happy, cheerful, whimsical being. And she's reminded of home because the crystal in her hand feels cool to the touch, and it reminds her of her brother. And so she finds herself falling into a fitful sleep. And the environment she finds herself is a familiar one. It's the same environment she's been seeing in her dreams for the last few weeks now. It is the cold, dark forest that she finds herself running through, full of thorns and thick brambles, and she can barely see in front of her. But just ahead, just within eyesight, she catches a glimpse of silver hair, and she knows it's her brother in this forest, and she just needs to reach him. And so she finds herself running and stumbling along through the dark, trying to call out to him, but finding her voice like just not there. She can't get the name to come out, the screams for him to wait, to stop, to don't leave. And then she finds herself pitching forward, and she's falling and falling and falling into a black nothingness. And as she's looking back upwards, she sees her brother looking down at her. And then she watches him turn and leave. And that gets her awake. And she's jolted up from her restful sleep, not knowing how much time has gone by. But she feels this sinking feeling in her stomach. This is real. He's not here. He's not coming back. He's gone. And she just feels this emptiness that has just been with her ever since she said goodbye to him in the Raven Queen's temple, and it just feels like it's slowly getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like any second now, it's just going to swallow her whole. And she just cries. Hermia always crying. But this time her brother's not going to come after her.
And unless you go to find someone, you just cry yourself back to sleep this night. Leo, was there anything that you wanted to do before bed?
Is Hermia's father still around? Or did he...
You can look for him if you'd like to.
I would.
Okay. He's not hard to find.
Imagine that.
You find him sitting in a chair that's way too small for him. At a desk, there is this plump little round satyr sitting near him who has a small wound in their shoulder, and he has a quill, and he keeps reaching over and poking into the wound, and the satyr goes, "Ow!" And he goes, "Well, you need to just shut up and sit still. If I need more, it's going to be a lot more painful. You could just use ink. This is faster." And he seems to be writing a letter out.
Satyr blood.
I can't pronounce half your name, so I'm just gonna call you Hermia's father.
Oh, I mean, you can call me Senna or Mr. Blightheart.
Mr. Blightheart, that is. Then, can I have a moment of your time?
Oh, all right. Shoo! He shoos the satyr away. He was like, yeah, just runs off holding his arm.
I'll cast Healing Word on him as he runs past.
Thank you. All right, this is weird. I don't usually have people coming up and just like, asking me things all, professionally and so what's the word? It starts with like a politely. Yeah, that's the thing. It's weird. Don't like it.
I'm not from the Feywild, so I don't know what the fuck's going on around
just
here either.
Like if you need my attention, you just gotta come on, just like hit me or something. Just sock me in the face. It's hard to ignore a man who's punching you in the face.
I'm a 200-year-old elf. I don't think I could.
Right.
Nah.
So you got plenty of time. Come on, give me your best shot. Here we go. Right here. I'll give you a free one.
Oh god, are you gonna hit me back?
Absolutely.
That's not a free one, then, is it?
So here's why I'm here.
He seems disappointed that you're not hitting him, but he's listening to you.
Your daughter's very powerful. She has magic.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Her girlfriend is very powerful, has magic.
Yep. She sure knows how to pick them.
The dragon lady has magic.
Sorry, wait. Y'all have a dragon lady?
Yeah, Maeve, the paladin.
Oh, that little elf girl. Oh, it's a dragon? Oh.
Yeah, that's
it's
magic.
It's like the run to the litter.
Actually it was, but it does get bigger. He's just small because
he's a grower, not a shower. Yeah, that's gonna be dangerous.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
That's
Nice.
The robot has magic, and the little one has magic.
Okay. All right, I'm a little confused. Why are you telling me all this? What's the point? 'Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna remember half of any of your names.
Yeah, is there any way you could give me that magic shit that everybody has? I think there's a pact thing that everybody does.
oh my god.
I
do not give
You
consent
want-
to this.
He crossed
You want
his arms.
Mr. Blightheart to be your patron?
Get your own fake dad.
He crosses his arms and kind of leans back a little bit, and you can see him just kind of stroking his chin and his beard. He goes, "Oh, you want to form a pact, huh?"
No, he doesn't.
Interesting. I've never really thought about getting me a mortal. Interesting.
I mean, if there's other people you can suggest I talk to, but you seem like the best one.
Yeah, no, I am. Let's be honest. You try to form a pact with any of these summer court ninnies around here, you're barking up a smaller tree. I am the right choice to come to, and what better way to provide some power and make sure I'm sort of always around in some sort of way or fashion to protect my little snowflake. Yeah, I like that. All right, well, what you got? All right, this whole pact business. This is like a give and take, right? I give you something, you give me something in return. So what's the deal? What's the contract, so to speak? What are you looking to get out of it?
Well, your daughter likes getting hurt a lot, and I just want to make sure she's healed.
What?
So, and her girlfriend, she lost an arm.
What?
So,
Saw that. It's pretty badass.
Yeah. It's
It is
badass.
badass, but it hurts. I want to make sure the hurting stops.
Be
Mm.
a healer. Is there a warlock for that?
Or I pull out my daggers. Could empower these. But I don't know what you want from me. Do you want my soul?
He doesn't.
I'm not really sure what I'd do with a soul.
I don't like giving up family.
No, I don't want any of your mortal family. This is a tough one. Well, here's the problem. I can't really do like a healing thing. Like that's not really my thing. Like if we were to do
To try new things to be a father. That's what I'm trying to do is turn a new leaf.
I know what I'm about, son. All right, I'll tell you what. Here's what we're gonna do. He takes out his sword, Sunderstar, and he drags it across his palm, and you see that the blood begins to pour out. And he holds it out for you to draw your hand across it as well.
God, I hate this part, but he drags his hand.
All right. So as you do that, you take 10 cold damage and 10 slashing damage.
Jesus fuck.
And then he reaches out and he grabs your hand so that the two of your bloods mix. He goes, "We're going to call this an IOU. All right? Contract pending. You think about it. I'm going to think about it. And we're going to come to a future deal. All right? And one thing I can guarantee you is that if my little snowflake comes to any harm or dies, you will suffer the consequences for not protecting her. Deal?"
I grasp as hard as I can to how big his hand is.
It takes
give
up
him a
like
shake.
almost up to your like elbow. His hand is so fucking big.
Yeah, I'll just shake my arm
Yep,
vigorously.
Yep. He
and
squeezes
just,
and you feel like
sternly look
you
at
feel
him.
like some crunches in there.
Ow, ow, ow.
And we will call this Lloyd. The next level you get, you can take in Warlock, and we will say subclass pending, but we'll talk about it later.
Sounds good.
All right.
A healing warlock?
There
Celestial?
is, but her dad is not a celestial.
Yeah, I was gonna say. He's got the face stuff
Um,
going on, but
Corey,
what is he?
let's say, Zealous, where does Corey find you? You were technically given a room.
Zealous is actually walking around trying to find the twice sundered.
Okay.
I swear to God, I just got my fake dad, and everyone's trying to fucking go off and bond with him.
Everybody wants Serbia's fate.
Yeah, what
That's
the
so
fuck, man?
Just kidding, just kidding. Zealous would be in its room, staring out at the window, looking at the scenery.
Yeah, it's daytime. It's always daytime. It's the sun never sets.
Never nighttime.
Yeah, sun never sets here. So you're watching out, looking at, and it doesn't seem like anybody ever sleeps either. Like you're looking down 200-300 feet down into this courtyard. You see there's like a market down there that the longer you stare at it, it seems like everything's always changing. Like the same tents or the same stalls aren't there when you look back like 5 minutes later to find like the same colors or the same tarps. There's stages down there that people are dancing on. It just looks like a non-stop celebration or like a party.
Be right back. I gotta.
Yep, no problem.
something real quick.
We will hop back over then to Maven Zana. You are just leaving Rosalind's room.
Oh. Well, good deed for the day.
That went better than I expected.
Sometimes you have to wait till people are open to receiving certain things and hearing certain things. Not something I'm particularly good at, but something I'm learning.
She gives you a knowing look. Yeah, I bet.
Sorry. Speaking of which, we haven't really talked much since all of this went down. Do you have a minute? I can leave you alone after if you prefer.
No, it's fine. I have time. This is as close to safe and relaxed as we've been in a while.
True. Nothing's gonna get through these Fey walls. I guess let's just find a room so we're not in the hallway.
Yep, so you go into the room that was provided for you.
She goes and kind of sits down on the edge of the bed, and she tries to encourage Donna to sit down, but is not expecting success.
She sits down too.
Oh, she does? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't think she would. That's fine.
Okay, this gonna be a lecture? I feel like Roz felt when we just walked into her room.
No, I just
Oh, okay.
thought you'd want to sit down.
All right. Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I
that's all right.
Not lecturing.
She looks like. I think that like when you sit down, you're like, okay, your turn. Like she
Oh!
sits there, and now she feels like she's fidgeting, like she's like not sure.
Yeah.
Intimate moments are still something that's just odd and difficult for her. So she's just not sure what to expect, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. No, not a lecture. No, honestly, I just wanted to ask how you're doing. Like, actually, how are you doing? Not, what you try to say.
I'm doing fine. None of this is new to me. The Fey weirdness is, but needing to go from moment to moment to switch gears at the drop of a pin. That's I trained all my life to do that. I can turn it on, I can turn it off. Fine, I can compartmentalize as I need to. So I'm fine. I'm fine, Maeve. I know that didn't sound convincing, and that's because this part is new to me.
Someone asking how you're doing?
Yes. Because I'm fine. We're safe here. We can eat and drink whatever we want. These are the best beds we're ever going to sleep in our entire lives. So I'm good.
Doesn't mean you're fine. You could be in the perfect, relaxed place ever, and that doesn't mean you'd be fine. That's okay. Obviously, I don't want you to not be fine, but I want to hear it. You've had to pull me through a lot of things the last few weeks. And I think it's my turn.
I don't know what to I don't know what to say to that. I don't need to be pulled out of anything or through anything.
Okay,
Maeve.
well, I guess. Okay. I made you uncomfortable with talking to my family. That's just a small example of a bunch of other stuff. But I'd like to know more of what you were actually thinking and feeling in that moment. You were underground when we were attacked, and I couldn't save you. Not that I imagine you blame me, but I don't know how you were thinking and feeling through that. Sometimes it's not about saving you, it's just about hearing you out.
Okay, I can talk through things if you'd like that.
I mean, maybe I'm going about this wrong.
No, it's okay. The fight with the exploding bullets. You can see there's like a slight sort of smile for a moment.
Hmm.
None of us were okay. It was bad. We were all in a lot of pain after that, but
Sucked.
when Rosalind brought me back to consciousness and I was able to get out of the rubble, I was happy to see that you were okay. I'd much rather it be me under those rocks than you, Maeve. I would prefer it. As for your mother, I know that I didn't make the best impression, and to be fair, I thought that maybe we would have a little bit more time, so I apologize. I just need to know who I should be. That came out wrong.
Her saying that, or are you saying that as the DM?
She said that.
She said that. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Keep going. I was just curious.
I want to make
Struggled.
good.
Go ahead,
I want
sorry.
to make a good impression, and I know that normally bringing home a trained assassin isn't putting the best foot forward.
Do you also struggle? Or is this you struggling to turn off soldier mode as well? Or is this something else? As in, are you saying you're not sure how to present yourself because you don't know how to turn off the assassin part? Or is this more about not knowing who you are without the assassin part?
I haven't had a need to develop who I am when I'm not that. Even with all of you, that's a useful skill set.
Even before me, even with Mira, with Aurora?
Mira did what I do. We worked in
Fair.
the same line, so there was an understanding there. And Aurora just had a way of reaching to a part of me that I can't see.
You like that part?
She liked that part.
Was that something you were putting on for her? Or is that a part that you were trying to discover about yourself?
That's a funny thing that others, non-changelings, seem to have a hang-up on. When people act differently around other people that's different from what they're used to, they think that it's an act or that you're being someone that you're not. But everyone that we meet, everyone that we interact with requires something different. Just because you're someone else to someone else, it's not that it's not you. The way you act with Roz is different from the Maeve that we saw talking to her mother or her father. It's different to the Maeve that I have now. The Rosalind we see with Hermia is different from the Rosalind who wants to break the nose of the Pallid Elf refugee who's just scared.
So badly.
That does make sense. Although I agree that you probably have a much better understanding of that than I ever will as a changeling. So I understand it conceptually, even if I don't, as you said, feel it the same way. I guess what I'm wanting to make sure is that the person you're being, especially in front of me, I want to be a person you can be proud of.
You are a person I'm proud of.
No, I mean, I want you to be a person you can be proud of around.
I understand.
I can comprehend that the way you are around me is different from the way you're around each and every member of us, even. I can conceptually understand that it's even more differentiation than a non-changeling person. But I don't want, I guess what I'm the most fearful of, even though I don't think this is true, is I don't want you to feel that you're in this relationship simply because you're reflecting what I want.
Maeve, I think when others think about being in a relationship with a shapeshifter, they think that the best part is that we can be anyone that they want us to be. And to some degree that's true, and to some degree we're happy to do that. People want their partners to be happy, yes? You want me to be happy, I want you to be happy, and whatever that means to make you happy, I would like to be that. That doesn't mean that I will fake doing something that I dislike just so that it makes you happy.
Okay.
If I found out that being Norrisan would make you happy, we'd have to have a conversation.
But yeah, that's fair. I suppose then it's the same for you, that I am also doing things that make you happy.
She nods. I know I'm not great at showing it. Suffice to say that me sticking around for as long as I have is a good indication that I enjoy.
There.
She takes a moment to consider different words. The second chances make me feel safe.
It's important.
She nods.
Important to me. And so let's get back to what I was asking before. She smiles. I will have time to figure out the parent thing, so don't worry about that. I agree that I think I also thought we'd have more time. And we were both very distracted. But, is there anything else?
She ponders for a moment. Yes. She's going to walk over and lock the door. And then she turns into Roz and picks you up off of your feet the same way Roz did back in Bar. Puts you onto the bed, then takes her normal form and says, just so we're clear where this is heading. And then we'll fade it to black.
Oh, okay. Now we're okay. All right. Fuck.
Yeah, that's what fade to black means.
All right. It's more distraction, Robbie. I already know
Where are
it.
your second chances?
So Zealous, you're in your room watching out over the summer court, and you hear a knock at your door. Corey?
Mhm.
You knock on the door.
Don't respond.
I open the door.
You open the door and you see Leaf there.
Hey, sorry. Are you busy right now?
Oh, you caught me during stasis. Hello.
Oh, hi. Sorry. Go sit down next to Zealous. Do you want to play a card game for a little bit?
Sure. I would love to play Alexandrian card game.
They take out my cards and they're like wrapped with string now.
Zealous, you would notice that she doesn't have the card box that she normally has.
Zealous takes note.
Zealous, you can also take an inspo from Zod.
Ooh.
Nice.
I just want to apologize, Zealous.
For what?
Well, I didn't tell you, but I was really mad at you for a little bit.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize.
I will try to. I'm sorry that Hermia escaped my grasp from the portal.
No, stop. You're gonna make me mad again.
Oh.
No, I was mad because I know that you've been really hard on yourself lately, and I was mad because I don't know. I was kind of hoping that you would lean on me, and then you didn't. But I think I should have reached out more. So that's why I'm not mad anymore.
Oh. I'm sorry.
No.
Leaning on people for feelings is new to me.
Yeah. It's kind of hard, isn't it?
If we are being truthful, I was also mad at you for a little bit.
Why's that?
I was mad when you left the group for a while, but then you came back.
Yeah. I'm really sorry. Whatever I was going through, I shouldn't have left like that, even if I did need some time away. But I won't won't do that again. Ever.
Are you sure?
I'm sure, bud. And honestly, just with everything we have to do, it's probably going to be death that would really take me from you guys, so.
This one will expire long before you will.
No. But I would like it if you could lean on me. It doesn't have to be all the time, but I want you to know that I'm there for you. I know that we kind of just play around a lot, but you really are my best friend, Zealous.
You are my best friend too, Corey. Is it okay if I lean on you right now?
Of course.
I am concerned with everything that has happened in the last couple hours, that with your new family, that you will be leaving us.
No. I am happy, and definitely want to make sure that we survive this so that I can come back and visit, but you guys are my family too.
The cloak kind of rises up beside you, Corey, and jerks forward suddenly, grabbing a hold of Leaf and pulling the two of you into a hug.
Look. Oh yeah, I got this from my folks. I don't know what to call him. Her? Them? Do you guys have pronouns? Talk to the cloak.
When you say them, it gives you a thumbs up like carpet from like Aladdin.
Oh, same! High five.
High fives you.
Samesies.
Yeah, I don't know what to call them yet.
I am checking over 1,000 nicknames in my database. It appears that Clokey is the top #1 result.
Sweetie wouldn't
Clokey?
be Sweetie wouldn't be bad either. The cloak of sweet summer or summer.
I think Zealous has definitely crowdsourced an answer and has gotten Clokey McCloakface.
Cloaking.
Sweetie's cute. Summer's cute too. Some. I hope that laugh didn't get through the microphone. That was gonna hurt everyone's ears.
I didn't hear it.
Okay.
I stand up really quick and I say, and Zealous, to prove to you that I'm not gonna leave because I am royalty now. I think, technically. I don't know. Is there a coronation thing? I take out my small pocket knife, a basic supplies knife, and I tap it on Zealous's left shoulder. I hereby dub thee protector and forever bestie of Prince Corey Hyacinth Larest, and you will always be known as Zealous, the what do you want your title to be?
I don't know. This ritual is very new and foreign to me.
Okay, Zealous.
Summer grower?
The
Leaf Strider. That's a good one.
Leaf Strider.
Yeah,
the Leaf Strider.
As I say, your cloak points over to a flower in like a vase near the window that's like in mid-bloom. The ever-blooming.
The ever
The
blooming leaf
ever-
strider.
The ever blooming leaf strider. We'll workshop it. Don't. It's we won't put it. We won't make a plaque just yet. But so your duties are to stay by my side forever.
Seems easy enough.
There we go.
All right.
And then we
You
just
know-
play cards.
All right. Oh,
Um,
sorry, Zealous, continue.
Corey, you are able to lean on me as well.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell everyone later, but I think me and Gil broke up. No, we broke up. Yeah.
Oh, I did not realize that you two were together as a thing.
No, I was just. We're not friends anymore, and he's not my patron anymore. So don't tell anyone yet, because I need to figure out what my skill set is. I feel like maybe I'll just be like a PA or a stagehand. Like, when they need stuff, I can just run around the battlefield and just, drop,
You're
healing
the water boy?
potions.
Corey's
Yes.
saying they're gonna be a gopher.
Yeah.
No, they're the water boy.
That
I don't
seems-
know. I'll
that
carry all the
seems a lot
stuff.
less-
That's 7 of strength.
Yeah.
That seems like your abilities will be greatly diminished, but I believe
Yeah.
I have a solution. And Leaf will open up its sack and take out a healing potion and a greater healing potion and say, "You
Oh.
can be the field medic."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I could be bait, maybe, if we're being sneaky, or I don't know, maybe distract the bad guy. I don't know. God, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I was really putting on a brave face, like when me and Gil were talking, but I'm gonna miss flying. I'm gonna miss. Oh gosh, I'm even weaker now.
I'm gonna miss the card box. Just like an easy thing.
Yeah, oh gosh. Thank you, Maeve, wherever you are. We can't even rest in the box now.
Do not worry.
I can't
Sorry, she's
dream
not talking.
anyone. Oh god.
Sana's like, get back down there.
I can't anymore.
Oh, there's
Ah.
a dreaminess look. That's okay.
Do not worry, best friend Corey. You can lean on me, and Leaf is going to tap Corey's forehead and cast polymorph on her to turn her into an eagle so she can fly. So he can fly.
I think it's one of those, like, when like a bird is trapped inside of a room. That's
for like
what
the
it is.
first
Like, flying
time,
around.
yes,
Yes.
there's not
Yeah.
enough room in here for like you as an
Yes.
eagle, and it's very awkward, and you knock a lot of stuff over.
Yeah, I think what happens is that after 30 seconds, I damage myself and then just fall back into Corey.
Nice.
Ugh.
I expected that to be a more beautiful moment.
Oh, it was. I just spit out a feather. Yeah, maybe we'll try it outside next time.
Well, whenever you wish to fly, just let me know.
All right. As the two of you continue playing cards for a while, Roslyn, Maeve and
Yeah.
Zana have gone. You turn back around and look at the covered mirror, the fake person in the bed.
Yeah. Definitely a moment of like, might have been a bit much.
You inside of you.
But so as she starts like taking all the things down and like getting ready to actually go to bed, there's one more thing she wanted to do.
Mhm.
when she first made her shield, her holy symbol, she got the profile visage of Avandra in the shield.
Sort of
but it was just etched.
lightly etched into it.
Yeah, it was lightly etched in, just for two reasons. Most importantly, at the time, we were in Rexentrum, and you're not supposed to worship Avandra in Rexentrum. It's a little problematic. But also, it was kind of her way of doing this without really showing that she was a follower of Avandra to anyone, except for anyone who looked or knew the symbol. But given the events of tonight, she's going to mix up some oil, some of her sword oil and
So-
charcoal to make some paint and paint in the lines finally.
Before doing that, as you're sitting here looking at your shield and thinking to yourself about this, Roz wants people to know.
Rosalind has a goddess for the first time in her life, and she is a paladin of that goddess.
Why does she want people to know?
Because there is a message that deity brings, and being able to wear the symbol not only lets people know that it is safe to talk to her about those messages, but can also just be a reminder of it. A reminder of the hope that it brings.
As you're looking at your shield and you're tracing your fingers over those etched lines, and you start to get the idea of how can I fill those in? How can I make it more clear as opposed to those who just look at it in just the right way? You draw your fingers over the etchings and the shield begins to shine. And you watch as it almost looks... It's like light on water, almost. You can swear that it looks like the face of that shield isn't entirely solid. And it begins to shift right before your eyes, and you watch as the visage of Avandra turns from an etching in the shield to kind of growing out a bit, like it's been carved onto the shield. The hair turns golden, and you watch as the shield right before your eyes comes alive with magic and becomes Shield of the Pathfinder. This is a +2 shield. The first time you are dealt damage from an attack, you can reduce that damage by half. You can use that property once per short or long rest. And when you roll a natural 1, you can treat it as though it is a natural 20, and you can use that once per long rest.
It's the Cali shield.
Oh boy.
It was made for me. Oh, I love that. She looks at the shield for a moment and just kind of smiles. Now you're showing off.
In this
And
moment, though, I think it's important for Rosalind to understand that it wasn't Avandra who changed the shield. It was Rosalind accepting her and wanting to be able to show that that is part of who she is. And that was the magic that through you and wanting that for yourself, you were able to transfer that magic and that energy of your own into the shield, and it created this for you.
She sets the shield down and places Radiant Sister against the wall. And long overdue is going to get some sleep.
All right. You fall into the bed, and instantly you are off to not dreamland, because cattle stars don't dream, because you're boring.
Wow.
I think that is that everything that everyone wanted to do for that night. Is it time for you all to have a long rest.
I hope so.
I already clicked the long rest button.
Yeah, you told us to.
I did. Corey pulls out the commoner stat block.
No, I actually.
Look, you can be no. Well, yeah, because you have like a 7 in strength. Yeah, commoner stat block is fine. All right. Well,
Your music's fucking up.
as I change that, everyone, you can go ahead and take your long rest, except for
Oh, shit, I already clicked it.
Yeah.
Rosalind.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Why?
You don't get your rest.
Rosalind, your dreams aren't as peaceful as you were expecting them to be.
I wasn't expecting them to be peaceful at all. I wasn't expecting to have dreams.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
The only time I dream, it's either the Plague of Eyes, the Crawling King, or Shadow.
Let me ask you this. When a Kalishtar sleeps, what do you envision happens? Is it just, like going to sleep and then waking up with no dreams, like it's just the snap of a finger?
No, the way that I've always kind of imagined it is it's... So you know how when you sleep, it does feel like you can tell time has passed, but you aren't really consciously aware of it until you wake back up. I've always kind of envisioned it as more like they kind of experience things with their quarry normally while they sleep. Obviously, she hasn't been while she's been here, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think, like, while you don't remember it in the way that we remember dreams, I think that you still go to, like, your consciousness still goes to a place that you could meet with your quarry.
Yeah, you still go to the quarry realm.
Right. Sort of the dreamscape, but it's disconnected from what other people witness there. It's the same sort of place that you met Exandria and Roz and Saris.
True.
But I think you only remember it when something occurs, similar to dreams in that fashion.
Mm.
And you find yourself there meditating, waiting for the long rest to be over, waiting for those sweet, sweet spell slots to come back.
Oh, gotta get
Sorry,
those smites back.
those smite slots back.
Thank you. Correct.
And you
Can't remember the last time I cast a spell.
You hear faintly, Roz, Roz, Roz. It's like an echo.
Like looks around.
Roz.
Does it sound familiar?
Sounds like Saris.
Saris?
Roz sounds a little bit closer.
She speaks in quarry. Is that us?
Yeah! And suddenly, popping in front of you, you see 8-year-old Saris. It worked!
Oh.
It worked! We did it! And you watch as the much older Roz appears behind her. We did it. She looks not as amused.
Roz looks so confused. What?
We dreamed
How?
to you.
You dreamed to me. She looks up at older Rosalind.
She kind of shrugs. Yeah, she wanted to try to dream to you because you're always the one dreaming to her, and I tried to explain it is a spell that your friend does. And boy, do we have egg on our face now. And Saris runs up and hugs you.
She hugs her back.
It was a lot harder than I thought it was, though. Like, we were able to, like, get into, like, the dreamy world pretty easily, pretty quickly, but, like, you weren't there, and we couldn't find you?
Right. Right, I was in my own dreamscape. It's really you.
Yeah. I also tried to give you a sending message, but it didn't work for some reason, and that's weird. I think the stone might be broke.
Probably not. I'm sorry. I'm in the Feywild right now, so.
Her eyes go wide. What? Why? How'd you get there?
He crosses her legs. So do you remember I told you about my friend Corey?
Yeah?
Well, it turns out that they are a prince of the summer court. And a bunch of fae showed up while we were recovering one night and tried to abscond with them, and so we all went with, and now
That's
we
so
are...
cool.
Cool is not the word that I used for it at the time, but
Can I visit?
no.
Why not? I'll give him my bones.
No, you're not giving them your bones. That's exactly why not.
What? Okay. Ask your friend. She's the prince. She can bring me. She can send servants to get me.
What?
Yeah. If a prince brings me, then I won't have to give my bones. I still will though if they need me to.
Don't give your bones to anybody. I really have tried to make this clear over the last month or two, kid. She looks to Roz like, help.
Roz is like, no, you brought this on yourself.
You brought them here?
I didn't. This was entirely her. I did not think this was possible.
Me neither. Oh boy. Oh.
Hey,
So-
what does your friend Corey look like?
Why?
I've never seen any of your friends before.
That's fair. That's true. You haven't. They can look like whatever they want.
You can use the dream realm to like show me things. Like here, watch, and you watch as she like conjures up some like not super great, like minor illusion-y versions of her parents. These are my dads. This is my grandma and grandpa. This is Mr. Chance, our neighbor. And you see,
Does it look like her dad?
add on like another 20 years.
Mm.
He's getting,
Oh.
starting to bald a bit.
Yeah. She looks, oh, Dad, you are not going to age well.
Beard
Oh.
is still super, super full. Hair
Yeah.
has started to gone white. More wrinkles, but yeah, it does.
She waves her hand up, and each of the second chances begin to manifest one at a time. This is my friend Maeve, who leads the second chances with me. And this is Zana, her girlfriend, who also... Zana's unique. Very nice and very kind, but different.
I love how those are the two adjectives.
Will come to mind. And this is my girlfriend Hermia. And this is...
Why does Hermia look like my grandma?
Oh,
I
God.
really need you to promise me that you will never repeat those words.
Okay, I promise.
Thank you. It's okay. Apparently, I look like her brother. And that's really complicated for me. We have the same hair color anyway. Not important. This is Leo. And Zealous. And this is Corey.
She gets right up next to the Corey one, just kind of like stares at it, like she's studying it. Okay, Corey, Prince Corey.
You're going to use the sending stone, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her.
I don't suppose it would. I don't suppose it would do anything to tell you not to do that.
No.
Kind of dangerous here.
Why are you there?
Because my friend was absconded with, and I am... Well, currently I'm trying to sleep and recover after a few rough
in
days.
like a prison cell?
I was in a prison dimension for a little bit, though now I have a room.
Are they nice?
They seem to be. Except for the Hermia's dad did try to kill me, I think.
No.
Why?
That's an outstanding question that I wish I had an answer to.
Okay.
It's actually really good to see you. It's been a rough few days.
She smiles. And you spend time hanging out with Saris and Exandria and Roz.
Hey, listen, just if you're gonna talk to Corey and ask to come here, please just bring someone, a chaperone. Please, like you have to ask your dad.
It'd be a lot easier if you just tell them to bring me, because I only have 25 words, and that's
okay.
I don't know if you know this. I'm not good with planning my word messages.
You know what? I have noted that actually over the last
sending stones
couple months.
Like, they're cool, but they could be a lot better. I asked for like 3 sending stones for Wintertide's Bloom.
You are my Saris, and she hugs this child like. Who do you want to? Oh my god. I can't. Am I going to do this? I'm going to do this. Who do you want to bring with you? You have to bring someone.
Probably bring... I think if I don't bring my dad Corinth, he might have a heart attack.
I would agree. I could see that happening.
But I also feel like Grandma Evie would probably really like it in the Feywild, because she's never been, but her grandparents
Ross just
were
thinks of
from
her
there.
mom like, you know what? I don't know if Grandma Evie.
She always talks about wanting to visit.
Does she?
Yeah. She's never been before. And her parents, my grandma and grandpa, had never... I think maybe they were, like, when they were babies or something. And there... So my great-grandma and grandpa, they were from there.
Oh. Fair enough. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. When you get up in the morning, you ask both of them who should go with you, and then use the sending stone to tell me which one. Okay?
Okay.
She is literally in her mind thinking, like, okay, this has now forced her to ask for her parents' permission, and they will say no.
Okay.
She is doing her best to manage this child. Normally, when she does this, she has 20 lifetimes of experience to work with.
Yep. All right. So you spend the rest of however long you'd like hanging out with her in her dream spell.
Yep.
And if you'd like, she attempts to teach you how to dream to people.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And
There you go.
once per long rest, you can make a... We'll figure out what the check is. But you can essentially attempt to dream to someone that you know intimately.
Got it.
All right.
So, got it, yeah.
All right, so the next morning comes. Everyone awakes within an hour or so of each other. There isn't like a, hey, it's morning time, because it's never nighttime here. So at some point you awake. Hermia, you awake to the sound of a voice.
Okay.
Hello? Somebody? Hello?
Hello?
Huh? Oh, who's... Sarah, are you on the other side of the door?
I mean,
Are you there?
yeah,
Are you
that's
the-
how doors work.
Are you the scary guys? Hermia, are you the snowflake?
I mean, I am Hermia.
Scary guys.
Can you just open the door?
No,
This
I
is weird.
can't. Can you please come out and get me down?
Get you down?
Yeah.
Hermia, like,
Oh god.
gets out of bed, like, rushes to the door and opens and starts looking around.
Okay, you see that there is a fairy who is attached to the wall with a note behind her and a letter opener through her wing and the note. Hi.
Oh god. What the hell?
This note's from your dad. He didn't want you to miss it when you came out and, like, not see it, so he put me here to let you know that it's there.
Oh my god. I'll, like, get the fairy down and, like, cast Cure Wounds, like, with the prayer beads.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. That helps. Thank you.
I am so sorry. I will tell him to add that to the list of things not to do.
Stabbing people to notes on the wall? It's probably a good idea.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, here's the letter he wrote for you, and she hands it to you, and then she flitters off.
Okay. That was weird. I guess I'll open it.
Yeah. So you open it, and the first thing you notice is this was written in blood.
Oh God.
It's red.
Whose blood?
It's red. It's red though, so not his.
Oh, that doesn't help.
That makes me feel worse.
It says, "Dear Hermia,
I like to think because we're in the Feywild, as she reads it, it is in his voice.
Yeah. I know that you were hoping I would still be here when you woke up, and I told you that I probably wouldn't be. So I didn't want you to think that I just ran off without letting you know where I was going. And at first, I was just gonna go back to the Unseelie Court and just do whatever the usual stuff. But then I thought about maybe going to see if I could find your mom, but she's in Venenthia, and that's not here anymore, so I'm not going to do that. And then I came to talk to you when you were asleep, and I could feel that you weren't feeling too good. And I could tell that you miss Leander. Even though I never got a chance to meet him, I really miss him too. And I think it's kind of bullshit that I didn't get a chance to meet him. And I think it's kind of bullshit that you're working for the Raven Queen and she didn't give you a chance to, be able to talk to him and stuff. So, she's not really a god when you think about it. She was a mortal first, and then she just became a god.
I had Trav's.
And you know what? I've fought and I've defeated a lot of powerful things in my time, but I've never fought. I fought Coralon one time. That didn't go well. But he's a full god, and the Raven Queen isn't a full god.
Is your dad getting ready to go beat up the Raven
Oh,
Queen to get your brother back?
Oh God.
And I think I might be able to take her. So I'm going to go see if I can't track down the Raven Queen
Oh my God.
and get your brother back.
Oh dear.
Love your dad.
I don't think that's how that works.
Love your dad. I feel like that isn't it isn't love, your dad. It's just it's like a command. Love your dad.
Hermia will.
No
It
mention of
actually
Leo.
says love, and then it's his name, but then he crossed it out, and then he wrote dad.
Hermia will like.
Oh,
have-
P.S. That old guy wanted to make a deal with me, so we're probably gonna make a pact or something.
Oh my
Um,
God.
I don't know what I'm gonna
Her-
give him. It'll be some kind of power or something to be able to help protect you. But if something happens to you, and he doesn't stop it, I'll probably flay his soul or something like that. So just so you're aware that will be happening. On principle, if he doesn't protect you, I gotta hurt him.
Hermia is not sure which one is more upsetting: the fact that he's gonna go beat up the Raven Queen, or the fact that he just made a pact with Leo. She looks at the crystal thing. I don't know how this works, Mr. Dad.
Did you yell that at the crystal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Dad.
Yeah, you yell that at the crystal as other people are coming out of the rooms, and you just see Hermia yelling at this crystal, Mr. Dad.
We're all good. I'd like to talk to everyone once you're done with that.
Babe, he's gonna go fight the Raven Queen.
That seems very counterproductive.
I don't
Kind
know.
of badass, though.
You,
kind of boss.
you're in trouble.
What did I do?
You know what you did.
I know what I did, but what did your dad tell you?
Did you
Mr. Dad. Hermia goes back to screaming at the crystal.
Did you fuck Hermia's dad?
Yeah, what did you say?
That would have killed me.
Yes, fact.
All right.
Okay, so no.
So no.
What did you do?
Do you have a
I
tea
got him
party?
better.
I
I
think
unwrap my hand and hold it up
So
to see
as-
if there's a.
yeah. So as you show, you can see that there is this blue scar across Leo's palm, and it kind of wraps around to the back of his hand, and then kind of helixes up his wrist a bit, and it looks like not quite a like a tattoo, but it looks like he's like special effect painted like just this ring and this like helix pattern of like ice or like frost up his arm, but it doesn't like rub off or anything. When you feel it, it still just feels like his arm, maybe a bit cold to the touch, but he just has this sort of helix pattern of like frost up his arm now.
So you made a deal? A blood pact?
I guess it was a blood pact. I just asked him for magic, because like
You-
every one
you-
of
That
you
is
can-
how you
You-
end up a warlock.
You just asked a fae for Okay, I mean, that's one way to do it.
That would do it.
That would do it. What'd you get out of it?
I don't know yet.
Oh,
It was.
good.
He said IOU when he did it, so
Oh.
I guess we're gonna finalize it later.
I didn't realize Faye did IOUs. This is
Can
news
we
to me.
stack these? Can I go like ask Corey's mom?
Corey,
I don't.
you hear a voice in your head. Hey, Princess Corey, this is Saris. Can you have like your mom or your dad or somebody with magic
Huh?
bring me and my dad to the Fae?
Unknown voice in my head. What? Who is this?
Just what?
Oh shit.
As soon as you do that, Roz just like you see Roz just pinching the bridge of her nose.
What?
Does
What? Look at Sana.
does
What did we
yelling
miss?
at the crystal do something?
It
Or does it
doesn't
respond?
seem to, no.
Hermia looks at Leo's arm or hand, and her face just goes like just blank. And she turns around, and she goes back into her room and slams the door.
Wait, Okay.
Did I do something wrong?
I don't know. I think her dad left, and I think she's just taking it kind of hard. I was hoping we could all talk, but I'll wait till she's. Unless you want to go in there, Roz, maybe she'll talk to you.
Yeah, I'll give that a go. Corey, Saris reached out last night.
Oh damn! How?
That's a fantastic question, Maeve. I would love that answer myself. Apparently, maybe Kalishtar can communicate with each other in dreams. I don't know. Neither did the other
cool.
Roz. It was unexpected, and they asked to
Okay.
come visit.
Oh. No, you don't look happy about that.
Well, I told her she had to ask her dad, and I assumed he would say no. But if he said yes, I don't really care. That's fine, I guess.
Or
Just don't
Yeah.
let her sell her bones.
she didn't ask.
No.
Just taking the dad with
No.
her.
I mean, guys, I don't know. Honestly, Hermia is still the expert on face stuff here, so I hope. I don't think so. I'll ask. I
If
just
you-
go.
Yeah,
Yo,
please.
stop. Just kidding.
No, I'll go talk to Hermia. I don't know if you could maybe ask your mom or your dad if they might be able to bring the two of them here.
I mean, yeah, I could see.
Thanks.
Yeah. I have an announcement too, but later, once we're all together.
Well, we are supposed to have a feast, so maybe that would be a good chance.
I mean, I'd like
hope
to
it's
talk
not at
to-
the feast.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh,
Well, we
okay.
can
I
do
mean,
it
I'd
before we
like
go
to-
into the feast then.
I'd like to talk to all of you all too. So whoever you want to go first is fine with me.
No, you, Mother Maeve, please go.
Okay. Well, we're gonna wait till we're all together. Okay.
Right. Yes.
Also, maybe not at the feast for mine either.
She looks at you like, okay.
Oh no, not in a bad way. Just it deals with the second chances.
Oh.
That's all. That's all. It's
Group
not-
meeting stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Best of luck. I guess if for some reason you need more people, just think towards me. But I think you got it. On the back.
Roz looks at the doors like, Zana just teleported in, but I don't feel like that's the way to go. So Roz is gonna knock at the door. Hey, Hermia. All right.
Yeah.
She's gonna open the door. Can I come in?
Hermia's just kind of like staring at the wall, and she just shrugs and she's like, yeah, I guess.
Enter and close the door behind her and walk over to sit down next to you.
You'll notice on the way over that the blood crystal is now just laying in the middle of the floor.
She'll pick it up on the way over and sit down next to you.
He promised he'd come if I called for him. And I don't know why I believed him.
It's an arm around you. I'm sorry that he didn't. I'd like to think that, based on what you told us, well, I'd like to think he's doing something important. He strikes me as my mom used to say that the one thing you could depend on the Fae for was to be undependable. But she didn't have a great relationship with them.
I suppose I haven't either.
Do you know what he's doing?
I don't know. He wants to fight the Raven Queen. I don't know how that's gonna work. And then he made
Roz
this...
considers that for a moment and just kind of like imagines breaking the Raven Queen's nose and is like, sick.
And then apparently he just made some pact with Leo.
Would you rather that pact have been made with you?
I mean, the way my pact worked with Volmir, it was a very personal and intimate thing. And I don't know, I didn't even get a chance to really get that from him, and then he just gives it to somebody else.
Pacts that I know of in my life have all been very intimate, as you say. Mine with my sister. Them with each other, my mother with them. But those are pacts born of love, not an exchange. And if Leo asked him for the power to protect you, that sounds an awful lot like love if he granted it.
Would have been nice if he had asked.
That I will concede. That is,
I just got my dad, and now he's gone, and then broken a promise, and the last person he talked to in person was Leo. And I guess the fairy who was nailed to my wall outside my door.
Roz kind of like hiccups for a moment. Like, what was that last bit?
There's this little fairy person, and she was like stabbed into the wall. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get to talk to him again, but if I do, that's going on the list of things he's not allowed to do anymore.
Roz nods in agreement that that's probably for the best, especially in the summer court. But she slides down to her knees in front of you and just kind of takes your hand. This is a man that until yesterday you didn't know existed. And given the difficult relationship you have, the man who raised you, doesn't really surprise me that you would want to latch on to someone that might offer an alternative to that. But as much as you might be learning now to be an unseelie princess, whatever you happen to be, he's also now has to learn how to be a dad. Because he hasn't gotten to be one a day in his life. And that's going to take learning on his part, too.
Maybe. I just... Remember when I said that I would be okay, you know, even though, like, our time together is short.
Yeah.
And then I told my brother I'd be okay if he went away. I was just lying to myself, Roz. I want to be okay, but I'm just not.
He hugs you. Lets you cry for a moment. Strokes her hand through your hair.
I miss him so much.
Then we'll be not okay together. She holds your hand. Just lets you talk about him. Cry, whatever you need to do.
All right. Are you gonna eventually join everyone for Maeve's talk, or how long do you want to remain in the room with Roz, Hermia?
I think Hermia needs, like, a little bit of time.
Okay. Corey, would you like to go and find your parents? I'm going to assume there was a yes in there somewhere.
No.
Oh, I heard you a little bit, so I think so. And Leo wants to go with. Anybody else? Zealous, did you want to go with
Zealous
Corey as
follows.
well? All right, so Corey, Leo, and Zealous. It doesn't take you very long. You find the two of them in their chambers.
Talk to those two
As you're
while we
walking?
get
Yeah,
there?
sure, please. Yeah, go right ahead.
Corey, would you have taken it better if I made a pact with your parents?
Oh. I mean, I think I would, but because I knew about them, you know? I don't think what you did was bad.
I'm just
But
looking to try to help the group out a little bit.
yeah. I think you should just go talk to her, and I think it's just been a lot for everyone, and I'm really sorry. Honestly, I guess I could punish those guys, whoever dumb and swan person, unless they're
Well,
my
I was
relatives.
actually
I don't
thinking
know yet.
about. Well, I was thinking about making a pact with Dumb. He seemed like a powerful fae.
Oh. I mean, yeah, but then
I
you'd
don't
have to
know
talk
how
to
many of
Roz.
these we. Like, how many packs
Uh,
can you make?
I don't think you're not supposed to. I think one's the max, my guy.
So I can't
I
be
think
like,
a pact
hey,
is
Corey's mom, do you want to give me a healing pact? And I go talk to Dumb, and he gives me the strength
no.
pact.
I mean, okay, just from my one experience with the one patron, don't like to share is usually the kind of vibe I get. It but not in like a weird way, but it's just like, too many voices in your head.
There's enough of me to go around.
Okay, gross.
I
But-
don't think if there's any reason why you can't have more than one pact.
It's not that. I mean, it's not about whether it's okay or not. I think magically, physically, whatever. I don't think it's possible. But I mean, I don't. I guess you could ask Dumb. I don't really know. I might be wrong.
He might be really smart. He might not be dumb. So, might be a good idea to ask him.
It's like a yeah.
So as you all are walking through the halls of the summer court here, and talking about Dumb, you come across both Dumb and Lilypod. You turn a corner, and you see that she's kind of stopped, and she looks a little like impatient, like her arms are crossed. She's tapping her foot, and Dumb is like leans down and grabs this this long sort of like display case or this like side stand table in the hallway of some sort, and like lifts it up and goes, "All right, good." Puts it back down. She's like, "All right," and they continue to walk, and then he'll stop and like look real close into a corner, and they turn and see you. Lilypod goes, "Oh, Your Highness," and she gives like a bow and a curtsy to Corey, and Dumb goes,
Oh,
"Prince Corey," and bows.
oh, thank you.
Well, we could probably ask him now. Dumb.
Oh,
How many packs can someone have with a Fae? Or with different Fae?
Dumb looks to Lilypod and she just goes, "Oh, this will be good." No, go ahead. You make pact?
I made one pact. I was seeing, can you have more than one, though?
Looks back over to Lilypod, shakes her head. You want Dumb be patron?
I mean, maybe.
You be friend?
I mean, that's a strong word.
He puts his hand out. Make deal. It's a strong word.
I looked at
gosh.
Lilypod.
She just shrugs at you.
Hold on to that thought, Dumb, and I'll
Oh my
get back
God.
to you.
Rude. He's gonna go cry now.
He looks at his hand and kind of closes it and just holds it like he's holding on to it. She goes, "All right, well, we have been told to walk the premise and check every nook and cranny, which we have to literally do, apparently.
oh, yeah, yeah.
Why?
Make safe for Prince Corey."
Oh, thank you.
He smiles.
I wanted to ask who like led the mission of finding me last night.
That would be Skirnel. He is the one of the lieutenants under the Forest Walker, patron of centaurs, and one of the outer court members, which I don't think you've met yet.
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to memorize the family tree. Is that a cousin of mine, uncle?
I suppose kind of cousins in a way, sure. And yeah.
Okay. I just have some feedback. Well, not really me. I think my friends, especially Roz, have a lot of feedback as far as like, interplanar kind of relations and that kind of stuff. But that'll be in due time. But yeah, maybe next time.
Friends
Even
mad?
if it's a rescue. No, not. What? It's fine. Just
I mean,
maybe
if you
next
could
time-
go apologize to Rosalind, the one you punched.
I don't know.
several times.
Here's the thing. I don't think that's a good idea either, because I feel like I don't know. Just leave it be, and just maybe next time. Just lead with more talking and less.
Or if you pass her by, just say sorry.
no,
Dumb
don't. Yeah.
told not to talk. Not good.
Oh,
I mean, you're pretty elegant with words.
Kay.
See, simplistic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will pass that up the ladder for you, Your Royalness. Was there anything that we could do for you otherwise?
Yeah, do you know where my parents are at? I don't know if they're busy. I don't know what a day in the royal life
If you
is
head
like, so-
down this way, take another left, and then wait long enough and listen for the shouting, and you will find them lickety-split.
Oh. Sounds good. Okay.
All right.
Outing. Do they fight?
That's a... No, fighting insinuates that both sides are active in it. You'll understand quickly enough. Dumb, let's go. Okay. And you see he's still just like holding his fist closed, like he's holding on to that thought as they continue down the hall.
Oh, God.
All right, so you continue further on, and eventually you do. Well, first of all, it's not hard to see where their room is. It's very the entrance to it is very elegant and ostentatious, and you do indeed hear Titania shouting something at Oberon about his wandering eyes when court is in session. And as you enter, I think the thing that stands out the most about this bedroom is that there are two of everything. Massive, massive bed. Smaller one next to it. There's like this huge sort of dresser with like a smaller one next to it. This big walk-in closet on the other side. A smaller one. And you quickly, I think, probably come to the conclusion that all of these smaller ones are Oberon's. And as you enter, you see he looks really kind of sad, like a child who's just been scolded. And both of them like immediately sort of turn as you enter Corey and are like, "Oh, Corey, we're so happy to see that you are awake. I hope you and all of your friends rested properly. Are we good to commence the celebration soon?"
Yeah, probably like in an hour. We're up. Some of them are still getting up, and we're still.
Sure.
Yeah. I did want to talk to you guys though before the feast, if that's okay.
Yes, of course. And she kind of floats down towards you and summons over a couple like benches and chairs from against the wall for everyone to take a seat if you'd like to. Oberon comes over kind of pouting a little bit and like sits down beside her.
Well, I'm just gonna rip off this band-aid. So you know how I was telling you guys about the portals and the architect and, you know, my friends kind of explained that part?
Yes.
Well, when we do have to go back, and I will have to go with them.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, of course. You've been selected by destiny or, you know, what have you, to save the prime material plane. It's is a quest befitting someone of your heritage and stature. So I'm, you know, sure that in a few decades or how long it takes, you know, before we, you know, send you, before you need to go back or whatever, that's fine. We understand.
Not like a few decades, but a few days.
Centuries?
No, days.
In our time.
Maybe. Well, I don't know what that means. So like in 2 sleeps, 2 rests. I know. I'm really, really sorry, but I can't tell you how long and how much I hope to meet you guys, and you guys are. And I look at my mom. You are so much prettier than I could have ever imagined.
Stop it. Flattery will get you everywhere.
And it's just that what's happening in the material plane, everything's it's getting worse. And I'm afraid that if we don't keep working at it, there won't be any planes. Because all of it will just be gone.
No, I understand. It's just we never thought that we would ever see you again, and now you're here, and, you know, a day there is like 10 days here.
I know. But I'll call as much as I can. There'll be a 5% chance of failing, but I'll try every time.
All right, well, how... I see you've gotten rid of this silly genie, so how do you plan on doing anything? It doesn't seem like you've tried to tap into or unlock your powers at all.
Yeah. I kind of look at Leo. Yeah, about that. I was thinking, I don't know, I could be like what did you say, Zealous? A field medic?
Oh,
So I was gonna...
darling, gross, no,
carry-
please. Oh, you don't even... Why don't you just use your Archfey powers?
Well,
You are
kinda
the...
just
You
Never
are...
used them before.
You are the offspring of Titania, queen of the Summer Court. Heiress of all that burns, and your father. So you have plenty of latent magic within your blood. You are Fey royalty.
I try to conjure something in my hands.
Roll a d20.
Oh, God.
Add your charisma to it.
D20 plus chop.
That's it's 12.
It's 12. Okay, you kind of like... Nothing happens. She's like, no. All right, you're literally trying too hard. It should be as easy as breathing. All right, here, stand up. And she kind of pulls you up and like straightens the cloak on you a little bit. So you need a little bit of wind blowing through here, and so she kind of waves her hand a bit, and a little wind picks up, and your cape begins to billow behind you. All right, you, and she points to you, Leo. You step away a little bit. You smell of unseelie. All right, there. Go ahead and give it a try. Try it again with advantage.
I'll take that 17 for 22.
22. Please roll a d100.
I don't wanna.
I mean, we're gonna.
Finger
You're in.
of death on
You are in a
Leo.
place
Oh my
that
God.
they can handle a fireball. I think.
That's a 3.
A 3.
That's a 3.
Oh God.
Roll 2 more d100.
No. $64 and 7.
64 and 7. Okay. So as you are trying to concentrate, this time you feel something. And those of you looking on, you see like these two, not quite like flames, but just these two sort of blue sparks of energy that kind of rise up in like a sort of twisting pattern. It's very reminiscent of the wild magic sort of energy that you've seen before. And Corey, you feel this swelling inside of you. You feel this warmth, almost like indigestion, or like if you like when you down like a Lucky Kieran like too fast, and suddenly you feel it begin to rise up, and as you open your mouth, you let out this massive burp that manifests as a dragon's breath, and the entire ceiling of the room gets covered in 10d10 worth of cold damage. You said that 64 was the other one?
So 64 and 7.
Yeah. And then as that happens, in like your mother and father both like are like sort of jump up and let out like just a surprised squeal of like excitement. Leo, Zealous, what's your reaction to this?
I'm gonna try to hide away so I don't get hit by the next thing.
Leo jumps away to hide. Zealous?
Zealous just stands all cool and motionless and completely still and doesn't look at the explosion. Like a cool
All
guy.
right. And as you kind of jump back from this surprise and maybe a little bit of embarrassment as well,
Oh yeah.
a bead of sort of this gray energy just kind of jumps from your hand, and as it hits the ground, it just begins to spill and spew out as fog fills the chamber to hide your embarrassment as you cast Fog Cloud. And your
I'm
mother
sorry.
goes, "See that? Well, that's what I was taught. It's amazing.
I'm sorry.
You're able
No,
to
I'm sorry.
channel and harness raw wild magic. It's phenomenal. All you need to do is learn to harness that.
Can I do that in a day?
We'll work on it."
Oh God.
And she starts to like cast a dispel magic to clear the fog cloud.
See, I told you you'd be fine.
It's
I'm not
all
there, but I told you you'd be fine.
There, your power is within inside of you. You are Fey royalty. You just need to look within, feel it, and harness it. All right, well, look, how about this? We're a firm believer in trial by fire, right? There's no better way to learn than when your life or the life of your friends depends on it. And if we're going to be sending you back out into the prime material with them, I will feel just a little bit better if, I know that they can handle themselves. So I'm not going to make them... that probably sounded wrong. I apologize. You've grown up in the prime material plane for so long. We're not going to throw them...
You guys tore Hermia's heart out of her chest.
Okay,
so
first of all...
Yes, I'm a little nervous.
We didn't do that. That was your uncle, all right? And
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
everyone in the Feywild knows that it is normal for a unicorn to judge the purity of your heart by removing it. He put it back.
Literally.
He did.
Yeah.
He put it back.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
We will keep that in mind. That's why I'm warning you now. When I say that we would like them to prove themselves, we're not going to throw them into an arena or a coliseum or anything like that. All we ask is that would they be willing to perform at the theater?
Oh. So kind of like a
Put on a play.
sparring performance
It's
thing?
just putting on a play. We'll even, in fact, one of the scripts we'll choose will even make sure it's from the prime material plane, something that all of you will be familiar with.
Oh no.
Okay. Sure.
Mr. And Oberon goes, Leo. Yeah, Mr. Leo, Zealous, that sounds amenable.
I mean, if we have to, sure, but I haven't
do.
put on a play since I was a little kid.
It will be fine. It's mostly improvisational. We can do it after the dinner and the feast that we have later. It will also be a way, I think, for word has spread that you've returned, so we are going to have to make a formal announcement of sorts. And I think that before you leave, if the rest of the summer court and the people of our realm are able to see their prince perform alongside their comrades, it would go a long way and it would mean a lot.
I'm trying to look at Zealous and Leo. That honestly, that kind of sounds really fun, guys. It's been a minute since I performed.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure. What are you trying to glean?
If this play is actually some sort of trial by fire where we're gonna get stabbed by spears and stuff.
Okay. Make an insight check.
Specifically if it's by spears.
I mean, it's hard to know for sure what they mean. She seemed to be pretty honest in the fact that like this isn't, we're not going to make you fight stuff. So there could be, I guess, some fate twist that you're not necessarily seeing, as she did say that, to start with, like, to prove yourselves in some way, but you were assured this is not Colosseum battle. You wouldn't be fighting monsters or whatever. You could ask further questions if you'd like to.
Zealous just kind of puts its hand on its chin. Says, that should be amendable.
All right, excellent. Well, I'll go ahead and return.
How long is the play?
It won't be long, usually a minute or two per scene. It's all very, very quick by even Fey standards. It's mostly just a sort of big improvisational sort of thing to see how you handle it. Every time it happens, people focus on different, or performers focus on different aspects of it, or different parts, and find sort of their own way to bring it to life. So. We will have the court jester choose 2 of them and get you a script and casting list as soon as possible. So we're going to return to your friends. We'll go make sure that the feast is ready and that everything is set to go. And whenever you're ready, you just let us know.
Yeah. Oh, 2 things. First one, I kind of made Zealous a knight. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
And
Yeah,
oh,
sure.
really?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, cool. Zealous, the Leaf Strider, the ever blooming bastion of the wilds. I don't know. I'm still working on it.
Sure,
and
we can make him
2
a certificate if you'd like.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And other thing.
Do I get a badge?
Would you like one?
Yes.
Sure, we'll throw a badge in as well.
Awesome. And you can say no. Obviously, I know I just came here and all that, but my friend has a very important relatives who are also Fae, and they were asking
Jason.
if we could maybe kind of get them here.
More mortals?
Yeah, maybe.
Are you going to want me to also extend my protection to them as well?
For their stay, yeah. Well, yeah.
Right, I suppose. Oh, all right, who is it?
Shit.
She'd have told you,
Saris and her dad.
Saris Larest, Saris and Corinth Larest.
I don't even think she said her dad's name.
Saris, and Corinth.
That's who Roz assumes.
Larest.
Right, have you met either of them before?
I met Saris?
All right, can you
Check.
just think about her in your head for me then?
Okay. I think of Saris, but smaller.
All right.
There you go.
She kind of closes her eyes, and she looks like she's like going through like files, like mining, like panda-mining files. All right. I think I have them in a place called Westrun? Western? Yeah, whatever. And she puts her fingers together and like draws the outline of a door, and you watch as it flashes, and suddenly you see an 8-year-old girl walk through, dragging behind her her father, who has this look on his face like, what the fuck just happened? And the door closes behind them. All right, there we go. Welcome to the summer court. Please try not to break anything. You are under the protection of my daughter, Prince Corey Hyacinth Larest of the summer court, patron of shapeshifters and wild magic. So please behave yourself and be off, please. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Go, 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 go. And Corinth just looks totally gobsmacked. Like, he was told, hey, Dad, can we go to the Fey court if I have a way to get there? Yeah, sure. Yep, you find a way to get us to the Fey Court, we can go. And then got pulled through a portal, and Saris is like, you're Corey, I know about you, and you're Zealous, I know about you, and you're Leo, and you a lot older than I thought you were going to be. Where's Alien Roz? Can you guys take me to Roz now? Can you take me to Roz, please? Please?
Yeah.
Can we go see Roz?
Yeah. Before we leave, I just like hug my mom and dad really quick and just say thank you.
Give you a hug back and a kiss on the cheek, and Saris is already like out the door, and it's like, no, wait! And like takes off running after her.
He'll be fine.
God.
Oh God.
Oh, gosh. Please.
I
The
hope.
Feywild is not ready.
Hopefully, maybe I find the kid before they. I don't know where Zon and I are at.
I think you and Zon are probably just waiting to see if everybody comes back, for
Strolling, I guess.
kind of this moment. So you're able to chase Saris back down, and you head back to sort of the meeting room where Maeve, Zana is waiting. Rosalind, you're still in the room with Hermia having your chat, and then the two of you hear a young, shrill voice. Where's Alien Roz? I'm here!
Alien Roz?
That's what my other half in this world refers to me as, because she has her own Rosalind that she talks to. Care to meet my other half?
As long as I don't have to look at Leo. Sure.
I promise you that if I have any experience at all with this child, they will be the center of attention. And she
Okay.
stands up and takes you over to the door and opens it.
The moment you open the door, she's like maybe 10 feet away and closes that distance and like crashes into you and like wraps her arms around you and goes, "This is so much better than just being in dreams."
Roz
You smell just
laughs
like
and,
I thought you would smell like. Is that weird?
no, I think that makes sense.
Hi, Hermia.
Hello?
I'm not supposed to tell you that you look like my grandma.
Oh,
Hermia pales.
It's because you're really pretty. My grandma's really pretty too.
Oh,
go with
that's
that.
sweet.
Yeah.
You see
Hermia, this
the
is-
pale face of Corinth standing a little ways away and just kind of dumbly looking around like, is this is it?
Am I dreaming?
This is a dream. This is a dream.
Yeah, this is not real. But
Yeah.
Roz, I think, smiles and introduces Saris and then kind of stops as she sees Corinth and walks over.
Rosalind, I take it.
Corinth.
It's me. Yes.
She offers her hand to shake.
Takes it and shakes it. So this is you invited my daughter to the Feywild for real.
That is not how I would phrase it. No. She invited herself to the Feywild, and I said she had to ask her parents' permission.
And she did, technically.
Roz gives a very sagely nod, as if to say, "I know."
The queen, I suppose, of the summer court promised we were under the protection of the prince. Points over to Corey.
And you are.
All right.
That said, just don't make any deals with anyone. Don't indebt yourself to anyone.
Give your bones to anybody.
Don't sell your bones to anybody. That only happened to us once, where someone offered us stuff for our bones. Don't do that.
I don't know
Keep
if
your eyes
I
on
can't.
Saris's bones.
I can't tell if you're joking or not.
I
Oh
would
no,
love to tell you
Hags
that I'm
will
joking.
ask you for your bones.
It did happen, yeah.
All right.
But no, that is not where the arm came from.
Oh, yep. But sorry, I didn't even. I didn't notice that. That's.
That's fair.
There's a lot going on. Oh, all right.
I feel such kinship with you already.
Man, this version of your siblings is way more chill than the other one.
Does Maeve say that out loud? Oh no, you're all there.
Does
Are we?
she?
Yeah,
Yeah,
everyone-
yeah. Everybody's
Yeah,
here.
everyone's here now.
Father had that out.
Okay.
there out. I think I
Oh,
had.
Roz,
okay.
Roz again gives a very sagely nod. Like,
wouldn't say that out
All
They
right.
I
how
think
about
like Hermia will ask Roz to.
Saris is holding Hermia's hand and Roz's hand right now. Like, it's just between just holding onto both their hands.
Can you hold on to that weird blood crystal? Like, I'm really tempted to just chuck it off a balcony, but I'll know I'll be upset about it later. So
That's
you
fair.
just hold on to it until I'm ready
Roz-
to look at
Roz
it
kind
again.
of, Roz kind of winks at you and is like, I already am.
Thanks.
And she nods. Well, I guess we should get you two settled in with a room. I think we're gonna have a feast tonight to celebrate Prince Corey. Yeah, and I don't know, Corey, how did it go with your parents?
It was good. I look over to
He
Maeve.
exploded the ceiling.
No, I didn't. Shut up, Leo.
Oh,
I
I mean that's impressive.
yeah, I don't know. I do have something to share with the group, but Maeve, I know you said you had something, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I guess we can do that now with Corinth and Sarah still there.
How about let's go up and let them start settling into their room, and we can chat out in the common room.
It's less that this is like
Yeah,
ultra serious and just
I
more of,
imagine
like,
you're all
this
in the
is-
common room right
Yeah.
now, and yes, easy enough to sort of take them to a room, sort of get settled, and Saris runs around checking out everything, jumping on the bed. When you're like, here, these plates can make anything you want. Before you're even done with a sentence, she like grabs it and she's like, milkshake, poof, poof, cookies, muffin, chocolate cake, vanilla cake, strawberry,
She
and
knows
like
what
just
she wants.
she's just piling up all these treats. And Corinth looks like a pallid elf at this point. Like face is just
Aw.
like melt. Like, what is this place? Someone tell me I'm on drugs, because that would make so much more sense.
They basically are literally like doing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory right now.
Yeah,
Like that's what the two of them are
Yep.
doing.
God.
Yep, pretty much.
One shot.
Oh, all right, Maeve. I'm sorry. Why don't you
It's fine. So I just wanted to say we kind of left the Pallet Grove a bit abruptly.
Did
So I just wanted to say unfortunately I had originally planned to say this to everyone after we had rested, but that didn't happen. So first of all, a member of the council did approach me, and they did ask that if we are able to make time to see the Prism Sage. There wasn't a lot of pressure in trying to resolve that ourselves, but it would still be helpful. And they also, at least this representative, apologized for the council members' behaviors. So I wanted to spread that all to you, because I know that I was used to it, but I understand that that had to be really difficult to hear after everything we had done.
Reminded me of my childhood. It's okay.
Well, still, I want to bring that up. Not everyone necessarily should have to deal with that.
I appreciate it.
For sure. And I guess this kind of leads to my next thing. What happened in the Grove was difficult, to say the least of it. It was hard. I know I was focused, but I was not blind to what all of you were going through. I know that part of me still feels a bit of guilt of leading you all there, even though it's part of our mission. Part of me still struggles with the fact that I couldn't be there for you all when you needed me. But I also know that part of this is being able to rely and trust on each other. That's why we're doing this, right? But I did want to say thank you for being there, for helping my home. Even though I know there was not much glory in it or gold in it or anything like that, it still meant a lot to me that to have my friends there.
Maeve, if we were doing this for golden glory, we never would have left Zadash.
Yeah.
I think I speak for everyone when I say we would go to the ends of this world and beyond for you.
I did go beyond.
Same.
Yeah. And I would too. And I guess Zana and I were talking to Roz earlier, and Zana kind of had brought up something that I think is important for everybody to hear too. We focus a lot on what we do wrong. We focus a lot on how we can improve and do better for next time. And that's good. That's a good thing to do. But the truth is, we didn't get here so far by just making mistakes. We got to where we are because we did things right. Maybe by the skin of our teeth, maybe with luck, but we still did. We took risks. And somehow, despite all of that, we've come out here still here together. And so I say that to say that, yeah, think about what you did wrong, what you could do more better next time. But also, I think we deserve to think about what we did right. That's the only way we're going to learn. Yes, know what you did wrong, but the truth is that people learn best not when they're told bad, but when they're told this is good. So I just wanted to say that too.
Well, isn't that why we're called the second chances? We all touched the fire once. Now we know what to do.
Hey, I'll have you know that some of us touched the fire like 7 or 8 times, but your point's well taken.
But at some
I
point,
raised my other hand. I just touched it a little bit ago. So.
Boom.
Either way, yes, maybe think about touching the fire, but also remember to focus that you pulled your hand away.
Hey. In all the craziness of a couple deaths and going through the worst cave ever of all time, and the council being kind of dicks, and that creepy ghost lady and her ghost children.
The what?
And the exploding bullets. I think we have lost sight of something. We just closed the biggest fucking portal any of us have ever seen. We didn't know if we even could. In fact, a lot of us were kind of certain we probably couldn't, but we did. And you know what? If anyone deserves a hero's feast, it's the second chances.
Here.
Hell yeah.
Also, we just found out one of us is royalty, and the other one has a unsteely champion, so that's
Pretty
a
crazy.
lot. And one of us also made peace with their god. And one of us is what? No. We're gonna get through this.
Yeah.
And you know what? Yeah, we're gonna go talk to the Prism Sage, and we're gonna let them know that they can either fix the Pala Grove, or I will do what?
Punch him in the nose.
Boom!
Please don't. I don't know if it'd be a good idea to punch the Prism Sage in the nose.
Mostly
He
cartilage.
doesn't, I will.
That
Fair.
right
Go.
there is why she is my girlfriend.
Fair enough.
We encourage one another.
You all hear behind you, coming from one of the bedrooms. I've done it. And the Feywild, I think, it's definitely a weird place. It's a chaotic, it's a wild place. And I think more than anything, what probably affects sort of like reality here in the Feywild is, the more free you are, the more uninhabited you are, the more creative and strong your emotions, I think you can start to have, even subconsciously, control sometimes over how reality is perceived here. And so as all of you turn to look towards the voice, the atmosphere here kind of darkens. And you see standing in the doorway the backlit silhouette of Saris, who's kind of looking down. The top of her head is kind of shaded to where you can just really only see like her face and mouth. After countless attempts, after multiple failures, I have managed to do it. I have created the ultimate cupcake. And as she holds it up, a spotlight shines down on this cupcake. It is a super chocolate fudge, caramel filled, sprinkled on top, strawberry gummy beared perfection. And I made one for everybody, and she has this huge tray of them, and you can see sort of in the back, just spread around the on the ground at this point, so many different cupcakes and desserts. And she hands the tray up to her father, and Corinth comes out and is still processing everything and begins handing out these cupcakes to everyone. And she also has the little champagne glass that fills up with it if she wants it to, and has orange juice in it, and she's drinking it. And she goes, all right, everybody try it.
Feywild wasn't ready for her.
Everybody
Cute you got here.
try my amazing, delicious, perfect cupcakes. I call it the ultimate cupcake.
I will take a bite. I'm sure it's delicious and very
And
sugary.
As everyone is trying it, it's so much sugar.
Little rich.
Yeah,
It's very
and as everyone is sort of sitting there doing it, and she realizes like her glass is gone, Roz and Hermia make perception checks. You will be close enough to perhaps hear this.
Okay.
A lot of chocolate.
I got an 8.
Oh, I got nat 20.
Roz does not hear it. Hermia, you hear it under her breath as she's holding onto this glass, and she goes, now's my chance. Beer. And that's where we will end tonight's session.